Richard Schroeder, medical doctor, former practicing obstetrician, Naples, Florida. So what is fluorine? Let's just talk about that a minute. Fluorine, from which the fluoride is derived, is found in fluorspar, cryolite, fluoroapatite. It's the 9th element in the periodic table. It's a member of the halogen family and the 13th most abundant element in the earth. It's the most reactive of all the non-metal elements. In its free state, fluoride is highly toxic, pale yellow gas, as you just heard. As a matter of fact, several scientists who attempted to isolate elemental fluorine were killed during their experimentation and are now known as the fluorine martyrs. In 1886, Dr. Henri Moissan successfully isolated it, and that paved the way for human experimentation and eventual utilization in a number of industrial activities. Fluoride, that's F with a little dash E, the negative ion, is the chemical ion of fluorine that contains an extra electron, forming strong electronegative bonds with other chemicals. It is particularly attracted to calcium and magnesium. So fluorine, when it's given to children and babies, bonds very strongly to infant bones. And then as we age, and we've heard this from others, it leaches out and migrates to the brain. And it can cause osteoporosis, and also a lot of thought now about its contribution to Alzheimer's disease. So in addition to all sorts of water and dental products, fluoride is found in tons of stuff. The one I want to concentrate on is drugs, medical drugs, antibiotics, anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory agents, and drugs used to induce general anesthesia, psychopharmaceuticals, and of course the phosphate fertilizers. And since 80% of Americans are on some kind of pharmaceutical drug at any given time in this country, so much of this fluoride that's in the drugs, in addition to the drug, gets its way back into the water supply. So trust me, we get lots of fluoride without adding it to the drinking water if you think it's of any benefit at all. But as a matter of fact, fluoride is not essential for human growth and development. In fact, it's not required for any physiological process in the body. Consequently, no one will suffer from a lack of fluoride. We get fluoride and fluorinated chemicals from so many sources. Even if it had a health benefit, it can't be added to something like a public water supply where each individual's intake is different. It simply cannot be dosed properly. And our first obligation is to do no harm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott Kiley.